Welcome back to Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress, the show that is cutting off your dick and shoving it up your ass. I'm Zach, and with me today on time are my good friends George and Michael.
Hello.
Today we are discussing Predator 2 from November 21st, 1990, just in time for Thanksgiving, I guess. After we discuss the movie, we will figure out where to place it in our AVPCU movie ranking, in our mission to figure out which one is absolutely the second best. And to be fair, I think second best might be safe for a while as well. As a reminder, we assume the listener has seen the movie before, and of course, there will be spoilers. So, George, would you like to go first on movie memories?
Sure, because I have next to no movie memory of this movie.
Okay.
Outside of I saw it, I didn't particularly care for it, and upon rewatching it, I realized why I actually didn't have too much memories of it. I think if anything stood out, it was the cool weapons that weren't in the first Predator.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, we've seen the net, we've seen the frisbee of death. We've seen the I think were the claws in the first movie? I can't remember if
the ones
they
that
were,
are like
right?
attached to his arm.
The retractable.
Yeah.
Those were,
The net wasn't in the first one, was it?
yeah. I think he had them.
Okay.
He definitely had like a gauntlet thing. I don't know if the claws were retractable, but
I'm pretty sure that's how he killed Hawkins.
Oh, maybe. Wait, I thought Hawkins got shot through the chest.
No, that's Blaine.
Oh, that was
we had the same exact discussion.
Yeah.
episode.
I keep getting everybody confused.
Glasses got taken out with the
But then like the spear that like retracts and extends, that was also pretty new.
Yep.
Yeah, but outside of those were those cool new toys. I didn't really remember too much except that Danny Glover was pretty famous after Lethal Weapon.
Yes. Yeah, he did 2 Lethal Weapon movies before this. Michael, you want to go next?
Despite loving that first Predator movie, I had this on VHS and I was 13 at the time, and I only really watched one part of this movie, and it barely had the Predator in it at all, but it did have boobs. This was the first like movie with a sex scene I ever saw. And at 13 years old, at 13 years old, I watched this a lot.
You wore that tape right out.
I wore the tape right out. And that was like really the only part I remembered from this movie. Was the guy getting hung upside down in the apartment after he, had sex. That was like all I remembered from this movie. It's definitely better than I remembered because I did watch it, but I didn't like it because the thing I liked about the first Predator movie was just the fact that it was a great action movie. And this is not really an action movie. But I do think I realized where a lot of like these right wingers get their idea of what cities are like, because like when they talk about it,
I totally have that in my notes.
like RoboCop is what these people think Detroit is, and Predator 2 is what they think Los Angeles is. And it's not that. This is heightened for a movie, and I don't know why people don't seem to understand that. But that was my big takeaway from watching it this time.
Yeah, I had similar thoughts on that as well. I know that I had seen this before. I couldn't tell you where or when. It was probably in high school. Probably my friend had it on VHS, or maybe my one friend had HBO, so we might have seen it there. But I think I may have only ever seen it once before, but I definitely remembered parts of it. Specifically, I remembered Gary Busey's line about the lions, tigers, and bears. And I remember the ending well. So maybe I saw it a couple of times. But
Is this the last movie he made sober?
do you think he's sober in this? Like,
Is this the last movie he
fair.
made before the motorcycle accident? Is the real question. When was the motorcycle
I don't think
accident?
so. Wasn't Point Break before that? I think the motorcycle accident wasn't until like 2000 or something. I'm not sure. But I did end up buying it for the commentary tracks. So I always feel compelled to watch it with the commentary. There was one by the director, Stephen Hopkins, and there's another one by the writers, Jim and John Thomas. So I did watch it 3 times for this. I don't regret it. You know, it's okay. It's an okay movie. To show my hand a little bit early. Predator 2 is the 4th movie in our AVPCU series. It was written by Jim and John Thomas, as I just said. They also wrote Predator, and so we already talked about them. We don't really need to discuss them much. Directed by Stephen Hopkins. He also did, of note, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, which, not bad. Blown Away, Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones, that movie. I don't know if you've seen that. Pretty good twist at the end. I like it. Oh, wait. No, I'm confusing it with something. I'm confusing it for Arlington Road. That's the one with the twist at the end. Blown Away might suck. And he's done some other stuff that I'm not too familiar with.
Judgment Night? Are you kidding? Aren't you like a 90s kid? You didn't have the
I didn't see
soundtrack
that.
for Judgment
I
Night?
didn't see that. Oh, I definitely did. I didn't see that on the list. I must have missed it.
Yeah. You did Judgment Night, which is not a great movie, but a cool movie, and literally to this day the best soundtrack I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an okay movie with a great soundtrack. That's the one with Cock the Hammer by Cypress Hill, right?
No. I mean, there is a track with Cypress Hill. It's all like metal bands and rap groups doing songs together.
Right.
And
yeah,
there's
sorry,
one
I was
with
thinking of that's the Last Action Hero soundtrack.
Yeah. Cypress Hill does a song with, I think, Teenage Fan Club. Let me look that up.
Yeah, that could be right. Anyways, talking about the main cast, Danny Glover plays Lieutenant Mike Harrigan. Notable works by Danny Glover include The Color Purple, Lethal Weapon, where he was too old for that shit at 40 years old. He was 40 years old in Lethal Weapon. He also did Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4. I'm not sure if there's a 5. I hope that there's not. I stopped at 2. Actually, I think I did see 3 and was like, that's enough. The Royal Tenenbaums, for those of you that like pretentious Wes Anderson bullshit. And of course, he was in Saw and a bunch of stuff that I didn't see. He's done a lot of work. By the way, did you guys know that Arnold was going to do this, but he couldn't because he had to do Terminator 2. So yeah, it was going to be him and Danny Glover. I'm not really sure how different the story was going to be, but when
it would have had to have been pretty different.
Yeah. Well, plus it was Gary Busey took the place, quote unquote, of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I don't see. I guess he could have been like, I've had experience with this thing. Now I'm working for the DEA. Was it? I don't even remember. The feds.
Yeah,
trying to capture it. I guess that might have worked. But did you find your answer on the soundtrack?
It was Sonic Youth.
Oh, right.
It's
Teenage Fan Club, Sonic Youth, similar names.
Teenage Fan Club did a song with De La Soul. I knew they were on it, but I didn't remember what song they did. But yeah, I Love You, Mary Jane by Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill.
I have to watch that movie. I feel like I'm missing out because you guys are talking so well about it.
I wonder who this Mary Jane character is. Kevin Peter Hall reprises his role as the Predator. We talked about him last time. Hal, I don't know how to pronounce this last name, Hal Rail. He provided the voice of the Predator here, replacing Peter Cullen. At first I was like, man, why'd they replace him? But it makes sense. It's a different Predator. He should have a different voice. So I don't really know what this other guy did. He's done a lot of voice work, but Gary Busey as Special Agent Peter Keyes. I love Gary Busey. He is such a weirdo.
Yeah.
A terrific weirdo. Point Break is all I really should have to say. That's one of my favorite movies. He's amazing in that. But a couple other favorites of mine that he was in: Silver Bullet, Stephen King
The
adaptation.
Stephen King one.
Yeah. And he's, of course, in Lethal Weapon, Mr. Joshua, I think, right? In the first one.
Yeah.
And
He's great
Under
in
Siege.
this too.
Yes. Yeah. He's so good. It's kind of his prime. Not to mention, he also spawned another great weirdo, Jake Busey. So we have to thank him for that. Ruben Blades. It looks like Blades. I heard the director call him Blades, so I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. Ruben Blades as Detective Danny Archuleta. I guess he was a salsa and jazz musician for a while. And I was having trouble figuring out why he looked so familiar. The whole time I was like, what else have I seen him in? George, do you recognize him?
I also was like, I feel like I've seen this guy in a lot of movies, but I just don't know.
He was Daniel Salazar in Fear of the Walking Dead. And of all of his credits, it's the only thing I recognize him from. Did you ever watch that, Colby?
No. I watched
Probably not.
I watched one episode of it, and it was so like digital. It looked like it was filmed on a iPhone, and like the frames per second was like making me nauseous. How like I don't know what it was, but like how smooth it was like, oh, I'm getting sick watching this.
It wasn't great. I watched a few seasons of it, but I
like the premise.
Yeah.
Like it being the first day of starting the first day of the outbreak.
And right, but then they immediately jump ahead, right?
Yeah.
I guess I think they took it slow for the first season maybe, but yeah, it eventually jumps ahead. Next we have Maria Conchita Alonso as Detective Leona Cantrell. She was also a musician and singer. I didn't know that. The thing I remember her most from is the original The Running Man. And I guess she was on Sesame Street a lot.
Oh.
As herself, obviously. Bill Paxton plays Detective Jerry Lambert. We talked about him in Aliens. I still want to shout out Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Yep. But I kind of didn't like him in this. I don't want to talk bad about the dead in general, but especially I don't want to talk badly about Bill Paxton, but this role didn't do it for me.
Oh, I thought he was better in this than in Aliens. I
thought he was
the over the topness of this character and how great he does it. I was like, yes, this is what I want to see out of this guy.
Okay. All right. Maybe I got to look at it through that lens, but I felt like it was the character in Aliens turned up to 11 and it was too much for me.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted him to be more of what he was in Aliens, and that's what he was in this.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you got what you wanted.
I did.
Robert Davi has a small part as Deputy Chief Phil Heineman. He's possibly best known as Frank Fratelli in The Goonies.
The Mask also.
The Mask. Oh, right. That's right. Forgot about that. Also, he was in...
I forgot about The Goonies.
Yeah. He was also in Action Jackson and Die Hard, Maniac Cop 2 and 3. And then last of the people that I have listed, there's a bunch of other people I just kind of skipped over. And I probably could skip this one too, but I did want to mention Adam Baldwin as Agent Adam Garber. I have mixed feelings on Adam Baldwin. He's great in Full Metal Jacket, Firefly, and Serenity, but he is a colossal prick in real life. He's just a real
Is he really?
Wow. Oh yeah, he kind of is. I guess I want to say he's credited for the whole Gamergate thing.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah. Yeah. And he endorsed Ted Cruz, and I don't know. He's just
that
doesn't seem like an awesome guy in real life.
That whole squad is like.
Sorry.
I think the cool thing about that is that whole squad is like these like perfect white guy, like almost Aryan white guys.
Yes.
The whole squad is that. And like, I think he does great at being a character like that.
Yes.
Because I did notice they all look Yeah, they all look exactly the same. They're all like real smug. They're all shitty. I hate them all. But like as a squad of those guys, it's like perfect.
Yeah, that's fair. Good
Can
point.
I mention one character?
Of course.
King Willie. I was watching this and I'm like, where do I know this guy? He's from Twin Peaks. He was in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me and like some other stuff. And
okay.
Just like everything else, if you have a Twin Peaks actor in you, you get an extra star. You get 1 star per Twin Peaks actor. And we got one in here.
All right. Okay, so this ranks highly then.
It's way higher than I was expecting.
The movie starts with a pan up from what looks like a jungle to LA. So it's like, it's the urban jungle, man, right? So I thought it was a little too on the nose, so I was immediately kind of put off. But
see, I really liked that because it goes through and you're like, oh, we're in the jungle. We're in the jungle again. This is a Predator movie. I've seen the first one. Let's go through. And then it goes to the city and it's like, oh, we're in a different place. We're about to watch a different movie. I thought it was on the nose, but I think it worked for this.
We're like really getting granular with the things where you and I are either diametrically opposed or in complete agreement. So there's a lot of Predator vision. He's checking out the city. You hear a radio announcement saying it's a 109 degree heat wave. But I thought that it looked relatively cool in the Predator vision.
Right? Shouldn't it have been all red?
Yeah,
or pink at least.
Shouldn't have been able to see anything.
I agree.
But apparently the heat vision actually worked here, whereas they kind of had to do a lot more special effects in the first one because of the heat of the jungle. In the commentary, the director said that they used police infrared camera and helicopter for this opening shot, at least, and they just like colorized the grayscale footage to get the Predator vision. But as Colby pointed out earlier, I believe it was, that LA is a war zone. Still like that to this day. Stay out of there. They should really send in the National Guard or something. But shit's going down in LA, just like it always does. This shootout goes on for a while, but it's okay. I felt like the accents were a bit forced here amongst the actors, but
they were 80s enhanced.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, this is 1990. So
my bad.
They were still filming it in the 80s.
That's true. Yep. All right, we give it a pass then. Danny Glover is playing Mike Harrigan. He pops open his trunk and he spends an absurd amount of time trying to decide which gun is the right gun. Right? It's like, we get it. He has a lot of weapons. I feel like he would have just known before he even opened it what he was going for. But
I think you just summed up my thoughts on this movie. He takes an absurd amount of time to do a simple thing. This movie drags.
He does that later too.
I don't know how, but this movie drags.
It could have definitely been significantly shorter. Yeah.
I had no idea Fox was Fox News around then. I just have a whole thing about how lamestream news media doing its thing.
What's his name? What's the guy who owns Fox News' name?
Rupert Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch saw this movie and he said, you know what? Morton Downey Jr. was right. I'm going to make that news network.
Right.
So let's see. Then the Predator starts touching itself to Harrigan, taking out the bad guys. I may have inferred part of that. I had a pretty good chuckle at the guy who takes a handful of coke and sniffs it to like get pumped up for the fight. That was pretty good. And I thought it was pretty sporting of Danny Glover to not shoot a bunch of the guys that he snuck up on in the back. He yells, "Hey, assholes," and waits for them to turn around. Then they do the cheat with the camouflage again, where they, you don't see the Predator at all. You don't see his like wavy outlines or whatever. It jumps to the skylight, puts up the bad guys, of course. And the writing here at the beginning, I thought was pretty. The writing overall is not great, but it was especially bad here in the beginning. You got lines like, what's his name, Harrigan, going like, Heineman can kiss my sweet ass. Right? It's not great dialogue here. But out on the roof of whatever building they were in, the last bad guy standing sees the Predator camouflage. He tries to shoot, and then Harrigan blasts him off the roof. And then Harrigan turns around. He sees the camouflage Predator right after that, but then basically just shrugs it off. Did you guys look at this one closely? It looked really derpy to me. I actually have a picture in the notes if you guys want to look at that. But
didn't it look more prismatic almost?
It looked like Gumby. Like, did you see the picture in the show notes? Like,
I
look how like lumpy its head is, and it's got like, I don't know, stuffing arms or something. I don't know. It was weird. Thought it looked bad there. It looks much better later on, especially in the subway. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I was a little worried there, but it gets better. In the director commentary, he did say that they did it differently for this movie, but he didn't go into it. I couldn't really find anything that said how they did it. That was different anyway. So the cops investigate the slaughter with all the dead guys. Did you guys take note of the shell casings all over the place? Kind of like how they were shooting in all directions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first Predator. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I definitely noticed them shooting in all directions, and
yeah, they
like
did a
yelling.
lot of shooting.
It was basically that scene. I don't
think
know
that's
what's
why
going on.
I didn't quite understand the subway scene.
I'm really sorry. I
What's
think
going on?
It's storming, and I have 5G internet, so I think I'm like 2 seconds behind you guys.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a delay. It's all right. We'll make it work. We did it for a few episodes for George, so I can spot you one. Next time, try to have it rain later, though.
Okay.
I'll have to pause longer for laughter. So,
just like that.
Yeah. So here, Archuleta sees the camouflage Predator. Immediately forgets about that when he sees the body strung upside down. I thought it was a pretty good gag. When it cuts to the street where that one gang member that got shot off the roof, he's like face down in like, I want to say guacamole, but I feel like that's racist. But it cuts to like his face laying there, and like his head lifts up, but it's really Harrigan pulling him up by the hair. I thought that was a pretty good gag. Of course, Harrigan's further contaminating the crime scene by doing that. Chief Heineman shows up and chews out Harrigan. I had a note about it being edited weird. I think it was just like weird cuts here. I don't remember what that was about in particular. Oh, I know what it was. They kept showing things in Predator vision here, and like they just kept putting that in. And it was like they had a budget to do the Predator vision. And they wanted to make sure that they hit that budget. And so they cut to the police station. You know, they're just showing LA as a shithole. I felt like somebody mentioned RoboCop before. I felt like they were going for a RoboCop vibe here. It wasn't really working.
No, because they weren't doing a satire. They were doing the thing. The police station like is crazy, and there's all sorts of criminals going on.
Right.
But they weren't saying anything with it, so it didn't work as well. It was just, look at all the crime that's happening, even though that doesn't really, it doesn't help the movie any that the crime is happening. It's just, well, I'm going to stop doing stuff to my camera while we're recording. But yeah,
you're good.
They're like doing the satire thing without doing the satire. So no, it doesn't work perfectly.
Yeah. It's so weird to me that this was written by the same people who wrote the first Predator. Maybe the first one went through a bunch of drafts and it got punched up or something.
Well, the first one was just tighter. There was there's a thing in the jungle, and
it's after us.
Yep.
So Harrigan's captain. This is Brent Pilgrim, played by Kent McCord. I thought Captain Pilgrim was kind of a funny name to me. He tells Harrigan that the feds are going to be investigating distribution of a controlled substance.
You will extend him your full cooperation.
Which means you're cutting off my dick and shoving it up my ass.
God damn it, Mike. The feds are calling the shots on this. My hands are tied.
It's just, I don't know who wrote that. Enter Peter Keyes, played by Gary Busey. Harrison begrudgingly agrees to cooperate, and then we get an exposition dump. I can never say exposition the first time. Then we get an exposition dump with Harrigan and Archuleta. Something about King Willie probably had those Mexicans iced. I don't like the way I said those Mexicans. That did not come out. I did not mean it that way. Hold on one second. What do you need, bud?
An iPhone.
You made an iPhone? Wow, it looks just like one. Good job. Cool. Can you close the door behind you, please? Thank you, buddy. All right.
One thing that was bugging me about that police station scene was that so Mike and Danny both saw the predator.
I think only Danny did.
Only Danny.
Yeah.
But didn't Mike? No, Mike saw him at the rooftop.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. But neither of them talk about, hey, I saw something I can't figure out.
Yes, yeah.
And then they go straight to King Willie as the problem.
Yeah, they both immediately forget about that. Yeah, that is an issue. Lambert's the new guy. That's our boy Bill Paxton. I guess Lambert requested to be transferred there, which is insane. I don't know why you would do that. He's known as the Lone Ranger. I thought it was kind of funny when Kentrell puts him in his place, though, like crushing his balls. And then, so this is what I mean where I didn't like him. He's just like, is that bitch on the rag or what? And I don't know. That was, I guess that's the
telling
character.
Jokes like Hawkins too.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. He is clearly supposed to be the Hawkins character, but none of it was landing for me. Like with Hawkins, it was corny, but I thought it was kind of funny. And here, I don't know. I just felt like it was like he was trying too hard. Are there kids screaming in the background, George?
Oh, I thought that was
okay.
you.
It's fine.
Hold on, let me.
No, I thought it was me at first too, but okay. Yeah, so Bill Paxton's supposed to be the Shane Black character here, and it's not good. I think it's the writing. I would never blame Bill Paxton for that. Then we're really changing things up. King Willie's dudes bust in while some guys getting rode hard. I thought this actress's performance was a bit over the top, but then in the director commentary, he pointed out that this is Terry Weigel.
Yep.
A famous porn star.
Porn star. Yep.
So makes sense now. I get it. They casted correctly there, I guess. One of King Willie's guys does some voodoo shit to take the guy's soul when he kills him. I thought the voodoo subplot was unnecessary. It's a hat on a hat. We didn't really need it. It doesn't really go anywhere.
That's exactly what my problem was with it. It's there, and they're like, let's do this. We're doing this, and it's a drug war, and then once the predator stuff starts happening, they just abandon it, and it's just the predator killing people, and which is fine. Yeah. But then why did we do the drug war stuff to begin with?
Right. Yeah, and the voodoo stuff. Yeah, that was. It seems like, we got two white dude writers, and they're like, what's spooky? Voodoo. We got to work that in. They didn't really follow through on that. So King Willie's guys kill this dude. Then the predator shows up and shoots one guy. It looks like he shot him with a sparkler. And then everybody else shoots up the place. Predator kills everyone in the room except for the unarmed naked woman. And then the cops investigate the massacre. There's a bunch of skin bodies hanging upside down. They cover up the naked lady, and she keeps saying that the devil came for them. I thought that was cool. I like that idea. Not as cool as The Jungle Came Alive, but it's probably the best you can do for a sequel. The devil came for them.
They did their best to make analogs from the first movie in this movie.
Yeah.
but they all
Yeah.
fail. They're all failures. Every single one of them. They should have just made
that
a
one worked.
completely different movie. It was
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it was. They were trying to make the same movie and trying to make a completely different movie at the same time. And I think they failed at both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think somebody had a loan on a big mansion that they wanted to pay off,
Yeah.
yeah,
so they had to get this movie out.
don't get me wrong. I didn't hate this movie. I had a fine time watching it. But when you're trying that hard to be the first movie, you're not going to be the first movie.
Yeah, I think that they probably thought that they could make a better movie. I think that was a mistake that they made. Like, we can make something better. And they should have just been like, we can make a good sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that pretty much what plagues all the Star Wars movies?
Yes,
thought
and
they
they
could just
won't
make a
they
better
won't
Star Wars
stop.
movie.
They won't stop trying.
Well, they couldn't. They
So,
could have made. They started making a better movie. They started to try to make an actual movie with a Predator in it. And then they turned it into a Predator movie. They should have just stuck with their guns and made a different movie. Not necessarily a better movie, but a different movie. And then I think they
Right. Yeah.
I think they lost their nuts for it, and they just said, all right, we're going to make a Predator movie now.
So the feds come in, they claim jurisdiction. Keyes and Harrigan have it out. This is where somebody mentioned Morton Downey Jr. before. I think it was Colby. He's got a small part here as the reporter that the feds dragged out. Harrigan puts Lambert on watch duty for the survivor who's going to the hospital, and he puts Archuleta on DEA surveillance and says once the feds clear out that they're going to go back to the scene. He says that we'll meet at 1:00. So why does Archuleta need to hang around? Like, couldn't he just gone home for a bit, take a nap? I don't know.
I think he was just trying to make sure that everyone was gone, or that nobody was there snooping around besides them.
Yeah, I guess so. But he should have been like, let me know when they're gone and I will come back.
Yeah.
Later at the bar, Lambert fills in Harrigan on the woman. The feds choppered her out of there, and Harrigan tells him to go tail Keyes now. And then he goes to Lambert goes to go hit on some girl on the dance floor. He's walking by, he sees Cantrell. He's like, "Are your balls okay?" Or she says, "Are your balls okay?" He's like, "Yeah, are yours?" It's kind of a flip-flop of the Aliens one. It was not nearly as good as the Aliens one, but I did get a little chuckle from it. And then he has that weird pickup line where some woman's dancing with a guy. He's like, "Hey, do you mind? It's my sister." And he's like, "Hey, whoa, you're not my sister." It's like, what kind of pickup line is that? It's a weird one. I guess I never tried it. So Archuleta goes into the crime scene by himself, just like Harrigan told him not to. And he climbs up the wall to get that Predator spearhead thing that he thought it was really weird looking before. And I don't think it's that weird. It looks like it could be a fishing spear or a piece of climbing equipment or something. They should have made it weirder. I guess the Predator's just been hanging around, and he does the old playback your buddy's voice trick. And Archuleta gets startled. He almost falls, but then he grabs a hold of the camouflage Predator's arm. I like that. That was a cool thing. It did seem like it caused it to decloak. I'm not sure why. Maybe it hit a button or something, but
I thought he did it on purpose.
Could be. Intimidation factor. The Predator catches him by the leg before he falls, and Archuleta thanks him. They go on their separate ways. Nah, Archuleta's dead. P.S. his necklace that he's always fidgeting with, that falls off, and they make sure that you notice it. They zoom way in on that.
Also, somehow he managed to hold on to the spear tip.
Yeah. I have a note on that later. that made no sense. That was like, ooh, we gotta fix this line.
I would not have been holding on to that.
No, I would have been stabbing the Predator with it. Now Harrigan's in the shit. The chief is up his ass, and the Sarge is trying to defend him. Harrigan's pissed, and he's gonna find Archuleta's killer. But first he gives Keyes a piece of his mind, and it sure seems like Keyes knows that it's a predator. And I guess later on we find out that he does know that it's alien. Lambert gives an update on Keyes. He's been setting up radar sensors all over town. They even scrambled Lambert's surveillance equipment and gave him the slip. Now Harrigan wants to meet with King Willie for some reason. But first he goes to see the coroner about Archuletta's death. And she says that he had a nearly instantaneous death by an edged weapon that nearly cleaved his heart in two. Then he was boned like a fish, which sounds pretty terrible. He gives her, this is what you were saying, George, he gives her the spear tip thingy that the predator had. He says he pried it from Archuletta's hand. It's like, he was still holding on to that? I don't know. Also, I thought it was interesting that she started, so he gives it to her, she puts it inside this machine. They never say what it is. It looks like an SEM to me, a scanning electron microscope. But before he even says he has something for her, she starts opening it up. And he's like, I have something for her. And she gives it to him, and then he gives it to her, and she puts it in the machine. I thought there was going to be a science gripe here, but there was nothing too wildly stupid about it.
I have a bunch of Ask Zach science questions.
Ask me a science question. Go ahead. She looks at the object at 150,000 magnification, totally in line with an SEM. She gets a chemical composition. You can do that. You use it also does X-ray emission, and then you can do X-ray fluorescence and get a decent chemical composition out of that. But she says that it's not anything on the periodic table, and that's where I do have a bit of an issue.
Okay, that was one of my questions.
Yeah, it's
how do you know if something's not from this planet?
Well, I don't know if she would know that it wasn't from the planet, but if it doesn't match any of the emission spectra of any of the known elements, then you could say, yeah, this is not from the periodic table. But it's like this super light alloy, and we know all the elements that are super light. We're only missing ultra heavy, unstable ones. So that didn't make sense to me. Pretty minor gripe though.
But they're
not
from
movie.
Earth.
Don't get me going on a rant. It doesn't matter. We're all in the same universe. So again, I'm not saying it couldn't be something that's not on the periodic table. I'm saying is what the movie is positing is not consistent with what they're doing here. It would have to be some ultra heavy element, and it wouldn't be this super light alloy. All right. If I'm going
Tony
way
Stark
out
made his own. Tony Stark made his own element.
Yeah, that's true. If we're going way out on a limb, it could be a metal organic framework. What do they call it? Metallo-organic framework, where it's more empty space than it is atoms, we'll say. But I don't know. Anyways, back out on the street, some of King Willie's boys roll up in a pimp-ass zebra-striped limousine. They pick up Harrigan for a little chat. They drop him off in an alley to meet up with Willie, who says that the killer is from the spirit world, and there's no stopping what can be stopped, no killing what can't be killed. That did not seem super helpful to me. This is the only other voodoo scene, right? He throws some bones, and he's like, yeah, it's from the spirit world. I didn't think this scene was necessary at all, except for the kind of cool kill that came up. Where, what's his name? King Willie gets his head cut off. The second Harrigan leaves, the predator comes and kills Willie. Then it meticulously cleans Willie's skull, adds it to his collection.
For like a drug kingpin, he had 0 bodyguards around him.
Yeah, there was nobody in the alley protecting him.
Yeah.
So we get Morton Downey Jr. news scoop. It's nothing really, just setting the tone, I guess. He has details about King Willie's murder. His spine was ripped out. I think we could have just assumed that. Lambert's been doing more recon on Keyes. His name is Peter J. Keyes. He got his PhD in physical science at Cornell. I have 2 gripes here. One, PhD in physical sciences is a bit generic. It's chemistry or biology, biochemistry, genetics. And he clearly did not go to Cornell because he's not wearing any Cornell branded clothing. And he has had several minutes of screen time with dialogue and has not once mentioned that he went to Cornell.
Is that what folks from Cornell do?
Have you never met somebody from Cornell? So I
know Stanford kids do that all the time.
Yeah, it's the same basically. But yeah, people who went to Cornell, they're always wearing it. Anyways, More details about Peter Keyes. He went to the Strategic Defense Institute, then the Air Force, where he became a captain. And at this point, it seemed like Harrigan thinks Keyes killed Archuleta, I think. Is that what they're trying to lead us to believe?
I
Wasn't
don't
clear to me.
know what anyone thinks of anything in this movie because nobody,
That's fair.
nothing gets explained. Everything's just like, oh, we're saying stuff and now we're saying a different thing. And who cares?
Yeah, things are just happening.
Yeah, it all feels like it's just stuff happening until the next thing happens. And then what happened beforehand doesn't matter.
So somewhere around here, Harrigan talks to the medical examiner again, and she says that there were traces of cattle blood and steroids at the crime scene. She thinks that whoever killed Archuleta had recently been to a slaughterhouse. I skipped over the line before where Lambert said that he lost Keyes. He was telling him in the slaughterhouse district. Conveniently, though, Lambert reminds us of that here. And now the three of them are going to try to go find Keyes there in the slaughterhouse district in an hour for some reason. It was like, we'll meet you in an hour.
Got to keep it tight.
So then cut to the cemetery where some little brat is playing with a toy machine gun. He almost gets iced by the predator. We didn't really need that. I presumed at the time, and I was correct, that the predator just recorded the want some candy line that the kid gives. The kid says to him, and that it's going to come back later in a stupid way. I am correct.
I would have been okay with the predator yeeting that kid.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to it. I was like, oh, he's going to ice a kid. And I love kids. I think kids are great, and I never want to see a real life kid get hurt. But watching kids get iced in movies is so fun. The only part of A Quiet Place I like is when that alien just absolutely destroys that child. I think it's so funny to watch a child get murdered in a movie.
That kid was asking for it.
So you could turn it off after 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can turn A Quiet Place off after 5 minutes. That's absolutely fine.
So Harrigan's at the cemetery to visit Archuleta's grave. They got that guy buried in record time. Wasn't it yesterday that he was killed? I don't know. Or earlier that day?
Yeah, I think it was earlier that day.
Yeah. The predator taunts him with Archuleta's necklace hanging from a tree. And in case you didn't realize that it was Archuleta's necklace, Harrigan says so out loud. So they really think that the audience is incredibly stupid. They just can't follow this movie. Or maybe they know that the movie's boring and you're not paying attention. Then it's the subway scene. Oh, in the writer commentary that they said that this is the BART, George, in San Francisco.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought it looked familiar.
It did look like BART, but it had like MTA or something on the outside.
So they rebranded it, but
yeah,
they rebranded it, but it was the BART. And I guess LA didn't have a subway. They don't really have a subway anyway.
Yeah.
But there was no subway at all in LA at the time that this was filmed. So it was actually
to the automobile lobby.
Yes. It's kind of funny that everyone on the subway pulls guns on each other.
Yeah.
Which again is where everybody gets the idea that LA sucks. I've been in LA and just confirmed that it sucks, but it's not because of the guns. Sorry, LA listeners. You lived there for
7. Yeah, I lived there for like 7 years. I loved it.
I don't even like driving through it. It's
Oh yeah, I didn't like that part. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so if you don't have to go anywhere, LA is great. I guess this is the kind of thing that the predator's waiting for, because it comes in ripping through the roof of the train car, and then you can't really tell what's going on for the next few minutes. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of flashing lights, and a lot of people dead.
I just didn't even get what he was doing, just scoping out a subway train. Like,
it's just getting some practice kills in. I don't know. He found some people with weapons. He's, maybe there'll be a challenge. I'm not sure. But this is, I think, one of the best parts of the movie when the predator is coming for Lambert and he's like trying to shoot it or whatever. It looks so cool. There's all the flashing lights coming through the train windows, and the camouflage has never looked better. That's amazing. Really good practical. Well, practical-ish effects, not computer-generated effects. I did have a complaint though. Why don't the bullets affect the predator at all? I mean, Lambert's shooting at it. They're like.
That's what I was wondering.
It's like the Predator's doing Wonder Woman bullet deflections, right?
He's got he's got armor.
That's what I was
on.
wondering, because like in Predator,
but not in his chest. You see it later, like as soon as he becomes uncamouflaged.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So is Lambert only shooting him in the wrists and shoulders?
He has it on, but like he doesn't have that much on, which is also a bad move on his point or on his part.
Right.
But
he's just trying to be sporting.
Yeah, he has this ally that obviously can stop bullets. Why don't you have at least a chest plate on? No, it's just like this pauldron and then like the gauntlets, and that's it. And the helmet.
What was the first thing you said?
The pauldron?
Pauldron?
Yeah.
Pauldron.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
The shoulder thing?
Okay. I mean, the listeners might not know what that is. Could you explain it?
For the listeners, it's when you have like a big shoulder piece of armor, and then it's got a strap around the chest. You know, like the Predator has.
Okay, got it.
It normally has the little laser cannon on top of it too.
Yeah,
I'll just say thank you on behalf of the listeners.
You're welcome.
Now they know something they didn't know.
But like nothing hits him, right? I think that's the part that annoyed me. Was I guess I get it. The Predator would be like, hey, this is like me spearing fish in a barrel or something.
Right.
But like compared to when Dutch's team was shooting up the entire jungle and the Predator just jumped up into a tree.
Right.
Like this guy was full on right in front of all these bullets.
He should have taken a few shots. Yeah. And they even show it like sparking, like it was deflecting off of something. So he's clearly shooting it in all the armor and just none of the huge open weak spots. But so this is where the Predator uses the want some candy line. Didn't need that at all. Obviously, Lambert's dead now. Cantrell has a run in with the Predator, and it can see that she's pregnant, so it lets her go. What a gentleman! You know, clearly it's a pro-life Predator. By the way, at the beginning of the scene, you can see, I don't know if you caught this. I didn't, on one of the rewatches I did is when I finally caught it. So I knew that she was pregnant in the scene. But at the beginning of it, you see her like holding her abdomen very subtly. I didn't catch that at first. I don't know if that's just coincidence, but it did kind of look like the way that a pregnant lady would hold her abdomen.
Well, just like everything else in the movie, it doesn't matter. They find out that she's pregnant, and
that goes nowhere.
It goes nowhere. Who cares? Danny Glover's like, oh, I didn't know she was pregnant, and then we don't see her for the rest of the movie, so who cares?
Right.
It only just now occurred to me, oh, maybe that's why she's not in the rest of the movie, but I never was like, why isn't she in the rest of the movie? Like, didn't dawn on me at all. So, Lambert's body's missing. Harrigan puts it together that all the people who got killed were armed, even civilians. Then he finds the Predator ripping out Lambert's spine, so he chases it. And then he's eventually chasing after the Predator in a car. Gets sideswiped by a couple of Keys guys, and then they take him to their secret trailer lair.
Why didn't the Predator take everybody else's skull? Why like Lambert's and King Willie?
Too many skulls? I don't know. Maybe they weren't a challenge enough. Not sure. So I said they take him to the lair. Oh, then they cut to the Predator. This was so dumb. It's on top of a building and it like holds up its spear or whatever, and it gets struck by lightning, which should have killed it. It's not a super alien thing, but like that should have done some damage. Didn't need that.
It looked cool.
Did it though?
I guess that's what I mean. I'm not
I think
saying
that they
it looked
thought
cool.
that it was going to look cool. Yeah.
I'm not saying it looked cool. I'm saying they did it because it looked cool.
All right. Yes, I agree with you there.
I almost applied to live in the apartments at that building.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Okay. Because it actually
for
says
that reason.
Like, Well, no, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew that they actually put in the listing that it's a famous building that's been in a bunch of movies, and this was one of them.
Do they charge extra for that?
I mean, rent in LA is no bueno to begin with.
Not like it is now.
Yes.
So Keyes fills Harrigan in on the happenings of the first Predator movie. It's an alien. It's on safari.
He's on safari. Lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my.
I love that one. That's what I remembered best.
Oh, who cares?
You don't care?
No, it's just
I love it. It's weird.
How do
you feel about Alien Earth, by the way?
Oh my God.
We'll get to that. Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead.
with the Peter Pan stuff.
Right. Look, I need Colby to be okay for the rest of this episode.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is also where you see Elpida Carrillo. I have a picture in the notes if you want to see that.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have. Did you see Anna?
Yeah. So I didn't actually check the credits to see if she has if her name is in the credits, but I've heard or read in multiple places that she is in this movie, and this is the only place I saw her. It could be a still frame, or it could be like some video where she's sitting still, but it looks like maybe an interrogation room or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Who's the lady in the other screen? I didn't notice her.
That's Terry Weigel, the one she's in the hospital, the one who survived the attack in this movie.
From what I read, they did film a scene with her telling, I guess it's Gary Busey's people, what happened, but then they cut it out of the movie.
Yeah, why wasn't that in the deleted scenes? I wish they would put that stuff. There was something. Well, I'll save that for Fantastic Four. But there's something in Fantastic Four similarly where they filmed the shit, put it in the deleted scenes. Let me see it.
Right. Give us something for the extra commentary and stuff that we look for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to run a podcast here. Let's see. So they want to capture the Predator for the technology. Something about the Predator goes to the slaughterhouse to eat cattle, and they're going to trap it when it shows up. Keyes, I love Keyes' certainty. He's like, we're certain this being only sees in one spectrum of light, infrared. So the plan is that they wear the insulating suits so the Predator can't see them, assuming that Keyes is correct. They spray radioactive dust everywhere, which will adhere to its body, making it visible. I feel like anything stuck to its body is going to make it visible.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why it needs to be radioactive.
I was wondering why it had to be radioactive. They could have sprayed fire extinguishers. That shit sticks to everything forever.
Right. Yeah. Throw a can of paint on it. I'm assuming that if it gets away, then you have something to trace, essentially, like a radioactive signal, right? Some radiation.
Yeah.
If it's the right radioisotope, you could do that.
But you see,
I don't know. They don't really go into that.
You see that they can track its pheromones, so they can track it if it's not radioactive. So who cares?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, if it's supposed, they know he's a good hunter. Isn't it obvious it's a trap? I didn't leave any snow the last time I came for a snack.
You're saying the Predator thinks it's obvious? Yeah. Well, I mean, the Predator does realize something's up, right? So we'll get to that in a second. So where was I? They're flooding the place with ultraviolet light. They never really say what it's for, but I guess people can see a little bit into the UV spectrum. And that's obviously the furthest away you could get from the IR spectrum if it's still visible. And sorry, maybe that's not obvious, but that is why they're doing UV. And ultimately, they're going to freeze him with liquid nitrogen. Then the Predator arrives right on time. This is one of the scenes I definitely remembered. Of course, the Predator can see in multiple different spectra, which I love. It just kind of, it knows something's up, and then it just kind of scans through the different spectra that it has. That's cool.
I was going to say, do you recognize, what would the others, there's all...
I don't know.
Clearly,
I don't know.
Okay.
It could be, I mean, one of them's, the one it settles on is obviously UV because it can see. Right. But I mean, there really is only one spectrum, and it's, from from infinitesimal to infinite in wavelength, but we kind of break it down to like the visible spectrum. That's the part we can see, obviously, and then you have like X-rays and gamma rays and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe one of them was an X-ray spectrum. Not sure. Anyways, so Keyes and his guys should all be dead, but Harrigan goes in to save them, and this is another one of those times where he takes forever to get ready. He's like, I'm gonna go save him. Then it sounds like 5 minutes getting all his gear on. Also, did he miss the bit about the radioactive dust? Because he goes in there raw dog, like he's going to have all that shit in his lungs.
That's why he's not in Predator 3.
Yeah, clearly. He faces off with the Predator and gets several shotgun blasts on target and goes down. So again, how come Lambert's shots did nothing? Because it was the same thing here, except that he didn't have his camouflage on.
Yeah, they also show bullets deflecting off of the armor, and it does spark when it happens.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say cow meat weakens Predator shields.
Just being in proximity to cow meat.
Yep.
So now it's Keyes' turn to save Harrigan. Whoops, I skipped ahead. So the Predator takes his mask off and Harrigan's like, "You're one ugly," and it grabs him by the neck and says "motherfucker," which was kind of stupid. You know what? I'm gonna come around on that. I thought it was stupid, but it probably heard somebody else say "motherfucker." I thought it was like an Easter egg from the first movie, and I was like, why would it know that? Why would it know what Arnold Schwarzenegger said? But I'm sure probably even within this movie, people have said that plenty of times.
It's in LA too. A lot of people have been
That's
saying
true. That's true. All right, I come around on that one. That one's fine. This Predator does need to pluck its eyebrows, though. It is pretty gross. And now it's Keyes' turn to step in and save Harrigan. He lasts about 8 seconds. And then instead of easily dispatching with Harrigan like he just did with Keyes and so many other people, the Predator chases him on foot to the rooftop. And then it really slows down here. Lots of hide and seek.
This is the worst rooftop battle ever, by the way.
It's like the rooftop hiding.
This is by this point I was already annoyed by how long this movie was taking. Like, I paused it and I'm like, surely I'm halfway through this movie, and I was still an hour left of this movie, and I'm like,
there's that much left, really?
No, not at this point of the movie, but like at one point during the movie,
okay.
it was. That's what I'm saying. It was already dragging. So by the time we get up to the roof, right. I was like, and then we do the old lady in the apartment is funny, but like we don't need to see him crushing up mirror glass and plaster from the wall and cooking it and mixing it with the goop and then screaming every time. I'm like, okay. And then Harrigan, like,
I like that part,
climbing down behind him. It's just, it all takes so long.
Okay, so for me, the slow part was just like when they're up on the roof, and then it picks up again once Harrigan like tackles him off the roof, right? And then takes the Predator's saw thing, cuts its arm off before it can activate its self-destruct or whatever. And then it goes in the bathroom. I liked it when it kind of like crushed up the wall plaster and made a paste to cover up its stump with and stuff. I thought that was cool.
No, I like that part too. But back to that rooftop. That rooftop battle made no sense because he threw his spear and then he turned around and decided, I'm going to let out a war cry on the ledge. And then that gave Danny Glover the time to retrieve his spear and then tackle him from behind because the Predator decided it's more important that I do a warrior pose on the ledge of this building instead of finding Harrigan because he knew he missed. I don't get what he was trying to do.
It needed a picture for the cover of Predator 2, the VHS.
That is a fair point. Yep.
Fair.
We also skipped over the part where Harrigan calls him pussy face.
Yeah.
I forgot. I had a college friend with a nickname Pussy Face. We just see him walking down the hill, like, "Hey, Pussy Face."
They do a lot in this movie to make that mouth look like it does. Like, they said, they said in the first one, they're like,
Like, we
oh,
got to
yeah,
land this joke.
it sort of looks like that. But in this one, it's like they just put a pussy in his mouth. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Anyway, so yeah, there's the bathroom scene. And I see Harrigan shimmies over when the predator breaks out of the apartment. First of all, I thought the lady was going to actually hit it with the broom. That would have been funny. But it like busts through the front door, like just breaks it down. That was like the flimsiest set wall I've ever seen. So it was so thin. And I think the whole set shook when it hits the wall too.
That's just LA housing, man.
That's fair.
That's why there's so much crime. You can just push the door in.
Yeah. I thought that this lady was going to hit Harrigan for sure with the broom. She doesn't strike me as the kind of person who tolerates non-whites in her house. But he's like, I thought it was funny though. He's like, it's okay, I'm a cop. And she's like, I don't think he gives a shit. That's a pretty good 80s line.
The best one-liners come out of that lady's mouth.
Yes.
The best one-liners in this movie are by that lady.
Yes, that's what I thought you meant. So he's still pursuing the predator, who I still think could easily take him out. But he goes down an elevator shaft, drops and catches himself in that hole, and then drops through the hole onto the predator ship, which I don't know how that got down there. It flew in through some tunnels or whatever, backed in apparently.
I'm still amazed that how did Danny Glover fall that far without breaking his legs?
Yeah. Well, he didn't land on his legs. He caught himself falling through the hole.
He catches himself, which is worse.
Which is also at best dislocate both his shoulders.
Right.
But I love how weird it gets from here on out. Harrigan finds the predator's trophy room inside of his ship. Of course, let's look at the picture in the show notes. You guys obviously saw the potential xenomorph skull there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I kind of just assumed they just had exoskeletons. But in defense of this movie and Giger's original art, you can see kind of like a skull through like the transparent dome. So it could have a skull inside. Although I think in like AVP, they rip one's head open, right, to make the shield, and there's no skull in there.
Yeah. Did the commentaries say that was supposed to be an alien skull?
Yeah, I think that they were hinting at it. Not necessarily to set up AVP either, but just they thought it would be like a cool little Easter egg. Well, I don't know I couldn't really find any good answers on what the other ones might be. Somebody somewhere said that the middle one, like just to the left of the supposed xenomorph skull, they said that one might be a space jockey, which is interesting. And the engineers, I guess they call them in Prometheus, but from the first Alien movie, the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
Huh. And the one all the way to the left, to me, it looks like it could be a dragon. I don't know if it's from anything, but it looks cool as hell.
Looks like a predator Tyrannosaurus Rex or something.
Yeah. Actually, somebody said that somewhere.
Oh, really?
Like they thought it was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But anyways, so Harrigan and the predator go mano-a-mano for a bit. And once again, the predator should have killed him easily, even with only one hand and all the bullet wounds. But Harrigan cuts it up the middle with its own circular side of ice. And then I really like this ending. There's other predators aboard, and it looks like he's totally fucked because he's just surrounded. But they're like, fair's fair. And they take away the dead predator, and they let Harrigan live. They should have given him the skull, I think. But they let him live, and then they leave the planet. They also gave him, what did they give him? Like a
flintlock.
Yeah. And it has, it's engraved with Raphael Adolini, 1715.
Who's that?
I don't know. I looked into that. I thought maybe that was like some like discoverer or something. Yeah, no, but it's that was, I don't know if it was from a comic before or later, but there's a comic called Predator 1718, and I guess that guy is a character in that. And
I'm guessing he died.
Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly he's in Prey, and I don't remember that at all. I don't remember any kind of like colonists or whatever in Prey. I'm looking forward to rewatching that one. So
Yeah.
But they'll let Harrigan live. They leave the planet. He should have been burned up by their engines, but isn't. And he walks out all covered in dust. That's pretty much it. When he comes out, Jane from Firefly choppers in and gets in his face about it, and that's the end.
They clearly don't teach predators that when you have your perp down, you kick away all his weapons to make sure you don't get surprised by a frisbee of death into your abdomen.
Well, wasn't it like super foggy in there? You couldn't even see the floor.
That's what he was fighting him with that disc thing.
Right. But I'm saying if it was on the floor, how would you know? So that takes us to changes we'd like to have seen. I wished at the end that Danny Glover had said, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
That'd been hilarious, actually.
I don't really have a lot of specific things for changes, but I think it would have benefited from some extra rewrites on the first half, especially. I do think it's a better second half, but still not amazing. One specific thing, and Colby's probably going to disagree with me because it's the Bill Paxton character. He feels disconnected from the movie. I think it was one too many things for him to be a transfer. I think we skipped over that. Like he transferred in from some other unit. Like he should have just been part of the team to begin with. He still could have been exactly the same. They could have, he didn't have to be like, "I'm really good at tailing people. Okay, you go tail this guy." Right? It would have worked better, I think, if he was just already there. But that's all I have. Colby, you want to go next?
Okay. Yeah, I do. Because I do have something to say. I think they didn't lean hard enough into Paxton being a transfer. Because at some point, Danny Glover says, the only reason that you would ask to get transferred here is because you have something to prove. So they could have used that more. If they would have done that, because he is a cocky character. He's a cocky character. He thinks he's great at everything. He gets transferred to an extra dangerous thing to prove that he can, I think he's trying to solve the drug war.
Okay.
I think that's why he wants to be there. And if they would have leaned into that a little bit more, instead of just making him, make him more of an outsider, I think that would have worked better for that character. And also, speaking of the fog, I didn't say anything because of my delay. That fog looks like crap, because when those predators come around, their thighs just get cut off. And even when they're moving through it,
the
fog
green screen was
doesn't
real bad.
move. It just looks terrible.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So
they could have just gotten dry ice.
the
fog,
fog,
they had to green screen the predators in. That's the issue.
Yeah, the fog.
I think it was real.
Yeah, the fog was there to hide the disc thing, but then it makes the rest of the end of the movie look fake. It just looked really bad. But my main thing about this movie is that it should have either not had the drug war thing in it at all, or had the drug war thing happen throughout the entire movie. If the drug war was happening while the Predator was still attacking, and we have both of these factions thinking that it's the other faction, while in fact it's the Predator, and the police are also confused, that's a more interesting movie. Or if we just have a Predator who's hunting in LA, that's probably not a more interesting movie, but probably a better Predator movie.
A tighter movie for sure.
But they abandon the drug war halfway through the movie, and then it's just gone. Just like everything else in this movie is just gone. A good writer could have made this movie great, and it could have been the same length, because as it is, they could have cut a lot of stuff out of this movie. But if they would have like kept the drug war stuff in, they could have made it this like less than 2 hours, but still a more interesting movie. I just think abandoning concepts was the worst thing for this movie, because everybody's great in it. Danny Glover's great in it. Busey's great in it. Like, everybody's doing their thing, but they don't have that much to do. So I do think it's a writing problem.
Yeah, I think that is a good summary of the primary issue with the movie. What about you, George?
I don't disagree with anything either of you said. My notes specifically say what I would change, almost everything. And it said, haha, this movie fucking sucked.
I didn't think it was that bad, but.
Well, mine's just because like for me, it was like from the subway where no one can shoot straight to King Willie's death in the alley. Like, there were so many things that just, I think on their own, on paper, maybe it sounded cool. But I was like, I think my notes are like, just they should have just gone straight to Predator 3. And then I was wondering, is there a Predator 3? And I regretted looking that up in IMDb because there is. It's called Predator 3, The Final Chapter by Stormy Daniels. It's another movie altogether.
I haven't seen that one. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh.
I haven't either. I didn't. So I just realized there is no Predator 3.
Well, it's Predators,
at least,
right?
Is that
Predators is the third movie, isn't it? I think that's not an AVP movie anyway.
Yeah. So Predators where Adrian Brody, right?
I never saw that Stormy Daniels movie either. So just in case anybody
the delay is killing you. I just did the same joke.
Damn it.
Which doesn't surprise me at all. But you know what? I think we got to cover it now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I think Predators is the third, and then The Predators the fourth, Prey is the fifth, and Badlands is the sixth. Is Killer of Killers? I don't know. We got to decide what to do with that one. Anyways, let's move on to ranking. The Rotten Tomato scores are not very good, as you might expect. It's 36% with all the critics, 30% with top critics, and 44% with all audience. I personally don't think it's that bad. It is not a great movie. It's potentially not even a good one, but I don't think it's that bad. For the most part, the bones of the story is fine, with the caveat that it could be a lot better, given what Colby said. But the writing is not great. It feels like they were trying to go for a RoboCop, Starship Troopers kind of thing, for the satire, but only sometimes and not enough, and it doesn't really work when they try it. It also seems like they had some cool ideas for sequences and tried to write a story that put all those together, and that, of course, doesn't. I mean, they're trying all these things, and none of it's working. I think the second half's better than the first. I really like that last third where it just gets weirder and weirder. And I feel like other movies have done that, but I can't really think of one at the moment. There's like something on the tip of my brain where I think it's more supernatural, where somebody's like going down into a cave or something. Maybe, am I thinking of The Descent? Maybe, I don't know.
Ooh, that is a good movie.
Yeah, The Descent is good. The Decent. So I do think that it sticks to landing, which is actually something that bothers me when you have a good or a halfway decent movie and then just totally craps out at the end. So bonus points there. Besides that, I guess I'll throw out where I'm at. I think it's a C, probably a low C, and I would say it's definitely in fourth place.
Wait, how many movies have we seen? Of Aliens.
This would be the fourth one. This is our fourth one. So to me, it's easily fourth in C tier. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I was exactly low C. I was thinking D, but I think it's better than that. But it's a low C.
Yeah, like if we get another C, it's probably going to go above this.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely fourth place for me, and it's definitely going to keep staying where it is until I see something that unseats it. And as much as I think the other Predator movies probably are not that great. I don't really see anything from what I can tell that's going to unseat this.
I'm worried you might be right. So do you also agree that it's C tier, or do you think it's D tier?
You know what? I love Danny Glover. I think for that alone, that's the only thing keeping it into like the C tier for me. But it's probably still in the lower C tier for me.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we don't need to argue over it, and we can just play Horror Edition Trivial Pursuit Poker for fun. So if you have the notes open, we can read the questions, and it will be Colby's turn to bid first.
Before we play the game, do you want to tease us about how much you liked or didn't like the new Predator movie? Because you saw it, right?
Yes, I did. Did you? I thought you saw it too. No,
I haven't had a chance to get out.
Okay, yeah. We could do that at the end. Remind me.
Okay.
We'll do it at the end.
It's all right. I'm a cop.
I don't think he gives a shit.
Okay, whenever you guys are ready, it's Colby's turn to bid first.
Well, since it doesn't matter, I'm gonna say I can do 3.
Go for it.
Nice. I know 3, so I cannot outbid you. Although it's George's turn to go next. If
I only have 3 that I'm okay with even guessing.
Yeah, I'm not even positive on 3. So, all right, for 3, while she was later one of Charlie's Angels, what is the name of the pyrokinetic child Drew Barrymore played in Firestarter from 1984?
Charlie. It was Charlie. I think it's Charlie McGee.
I think it is too. They gave it away there. It is Charlene Charlie McGee. I would have, if it mattered, I wouldn't have given that to you since you didn't have the full name. Just kidding. All right. Here's a nice slow softball for you. When sunlight hits the skin of vampires from the Twilight 2008 saga, what happens?
They sparkle.
That's correct. I don't know if I would have got that right. I wrote twinkle. They twinkle.
I have twinkle / sparkle, but I think sparkle was in all caps.
What 1974 film was inspired by the true story of Ed Gein, known as the Butcher of Plainfield?
Now, this was the one I think it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's what I had.
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew that one.
Okay.
I guess that's also called Deranged. I've never heard Texas Chainsaw Massacre called Deranged.
No,
or maybe there's
neither.
another movie from 1974 called Deranged that was inspired by him.
The rest of them I don't know.
Right, yeah. I had guesses. I had some guesses, but what actress plays adult star? Oh yeah, you got your 3. Good. What actress plays adult star Holly Body in the Brian De Palma film Body Double? It's a well-known actress. Fairly well-known.
Now, I God damn it, I can't think of the name of the porn star that's in this movie. Which I was gonna say.
Oh, Weigel. Terry Weigel.
Terry Weigel.
Yeah.
It's not
really
like
don't know.
A famous one, a famous actress.
It's Melanie Griffith.
Oh, I was going to ask if it was what's her name, Michelle Pfeiffer.
That would have been a good guess. I was having trouble coming up with somebody that was a reasonable guess even. What was the name of Mela Nurmi's voluptuous alter ego featured in Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Tits McGee.
Oh my God, I wrote Tits McGillicuddy. I wasn't even going to say it. Is
that a real character?
No, I don't know. It's the answer is Vampira.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. I was going to just do that as a joke. So, Halloween star Jamie Lee Curtis also starred in which 80s thriller about a killer she unmasks on the dance floor? When you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah."
I won't be like that
the
until
sequel
I
has a the sequel has a rhyming, not catchphrase, but tagline. Something Betty Lou. Anyways, the answer is Prom Night, and I was trying to think what the tagline is for Prom Night 2. It's like
Prom Night
2, blah blah blah, Peggy Sue or Betty Lou.
It
or
is
something.
Betty Lou. You were right the first time.
What is that?
Prom Night. Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello,
Okay.
Mary Lou. Prom Night 2.
Yeah. All right. That's it for Predator. Next up for Series 3 will be Alien 3, or Alien Cubed, from May 22nd, 1992. Oh, that doesn't sound good, Colby. You don't like Alien Cubed?
No, that was a like relieved sigh because we get back to Alien movies.
Yes. Do you want to do?
I thought you wanted to see Predator 3.
Well, we can do that too.
Oh, we can do Predator. That'll be a Patreon only.
Do you want to do your plugs, Colby?
Yes. Listen to Jack Billings Presents. It's a audio sitcom twice a month. What are you doing? You're not doing anything else. You got a half an hour. You got an hour every month that you can listen to a silly audio drama. Just listen to Jack Billings Presents.
Easy listening.
Everything else is I don't know if I would consider it easy listening. But yeah, everything else I have is kind of on hiatus or whatever. So just Jack Billings Presents.
There'll be links in the show notes regardless. Yeah, you can find me on certain episodes of Games My Mom Found, and quite a bit recently on the Retro Game Club podcast, or is it just Retro Game Club podcast? The Retro Game Club podcast, but not the most recent one. I said I was too busy, and I am. If you want to contact us, you can email us at absolutelythebestpodcast@gmail.com. You can join our Discord. There's a link in the show notes. And I finally got Colby to play games with me there. We're playing all the movie games, and I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So come on and you can play movie games with us.
And I almost quit because I had a clean sweep, and then I've been doing terrible ever since.
Chasing that high. We have some links in our we have some links in our show notes to our socials and a couple ways that you could help support the show. The best thing that you could do would be to leave us a review. Please help us spread the word. Tell your friends, tell a voodoo gang boss, and tell a pussy face. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Absolutely the Best Podcast is a production of Audio Johnny, a subsidiary of Corporation Johnny. Corporation Johnny. If it exists, we own it.
All right, let's blast through. Do you want me to blast through Alien Earth, or do you want to blast through Alien Earth? Or do you want me to talk about Predator Badlands real quick first?
You can talk about Predator Badlands. I haven't seen it yet. I'm expecting
Okay. Well, no spoilers, but
yeah.
I'll try not to spoil it anyway. No, I thought it was good. I had a lot of problems with it, but I think a lot of them I kind of explained away later, and some of the other ones I was just like, whatever. It's a pretty good movie. I can, it was entertaining enough where it wasn't compounding where I was just getting madder and madder and hating that I was sitting there in the theater wasting my time. So I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't what I was expecting. I would say the first half an hour, it was what I was expecting. And then it went in other directions. And I think it was better for that. And I didn't like the look of the predators in it. Their faces were too narrow. They're not crabby enough looking. But by like the main predator who's the movie's really about, I really liked him by the end. And so it's very much not a Predator movie because the Predator's kind of like the good guy in this. You're rooting for him, but I liked it. It was good. It was cool. I think did not regret going to the theater. I thought it was worth watching, and it's pretty short too. It's like an hour 45. So
Wow.
3 minutes shorter than Predator 2.
Yeah, I will say in the beginning, when I wasn't loving it, I was a little bit like, this is, it's more like Predator, The Way of Water. Because it was very,
Oh, no.
very much like, oh, crazy planet with weird shit all over the place, you know? So it was a little bit too much of that, but
You're referring
it
to the
better after
James
that.
Cameron
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. And I did actually see the preview for whatever the third one's called, Fire and Ash or something like that. And it was the most boring preview. Like, I've got no interest in that. Oh my God, James Cameron, do something better with your time, please. Anyway, so we can move on to Alien Earth, episode 4, Oblivion. Let's see. Whoops, I lost my notes. When I first watched it, my first note was, I'm not expecting to love this. And then on rewatching, it was like, I'm really dreading having to rewatch this. I will start on a positive note. I love that the FX Presents at the beginning of each episode is like on the computer screen. That's pretty cool. Off to a good start. That's about it.
I love Colby's look as you're trying to like make your way through it.
There's the doll head in the surf at the opening of this. I don't know if that was supposed to signify like the end of innocence or something. I don't know. Everything about this show, if it's not cool, then it really irritates me, and I'm like, what are they trying to say here? What's her name? Wendy. She's still busted up from the last episode, right? And they're trying to fix her, and they have her hearing turned off. And I thought that this was going to be a 2001 situation where she could read lips. And I don't know how, like, they didn't do that at all. I don't know if that would have been cool or if I would have been pissed that they just ripped off 2001. But
I mean, I feel like they should have done that, right? She's clearly a super smart hybrid.
Yes, she should have been able to read lips for sure. Yeah. Or maybe she did and they didn't say anything that really concerned her. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny when Curly, I think is the one hybrid, she gets told to go, the boy genius is like, go flip some switches and turn some knobs, right? Telling her to buzz off. And like, she does go over there, she like flips the switch and all these lights start blinking. She's like, flips it back. I was like, I didn't do anything. That was a little bit of humor. I just thought it was funny too when he told her to turn some knobs, because as a chemist, we refer to chemical engineers as knob turners. It's I don't know, that's kind of mean, but it's just like, oh, it's not quite right. So turn this knob a little bit. It's a little bit better. Turn the knob a little bit more. Sorry to any chemical engineers who might be listening, but also not sorry. Her brother's still alive. He's got the new lung. Wendy starts speaking alien. I hate that. It's so aggravating. I wonder how stupid she feels, the actress feels, trying to do those scenes. Pretend like you're speaking alien in weird diarrhea sounds.
She's just shaping her mouth and they're just playing sounds over it in post, right?
I must feel pretty stupid doing that. What was it? It also makes no sense. What's up, Colby?
No, I'm having the same problem. Like, you're trying so hard to like come up with something interesting to talk about in this episode when nothing interesting happened. Like,
No.
I'm watching you struggle.
No, I literally just have
to talk about, and there's nothing to talk about. It's so frustrating.
I have just complaints, really. What was where was she's so it also makes no sense that she's talking to alien, she's talking in alien or whatever, because the boy genius or whatever told her to like pitch down what it was that she heard to like an audible level, and then she speaks it back at that level to the aliens or whatever. It's like, but shouldn't she be speaking it where they can hear it, right? So I don't know. I did have a wild theory from that, and that maybe the alien queen speaks in a pitched down tone, and maybe that's why they think later on that she's a queen. Spoiler alert. But it's all stupid, and I hate it. they said, oh, last time we were like, why does she have this psychic link? And then in this episode, they're like, the aliens picked her. Like, okay, that doesn't clear anything up. I had a science gripe for once. Somebody says that Wendy, I think Wendy's brother is like, she needs to sleep. She needs a nap or something like that. And the boy genius is like, she has a lithium-ion battery that could power a small city. She doesn't need to rest. No, it couldn't power a small city. You cannot, not even if her entire body was a lithium-ion battery, not even close.
I mean, lithium ion, that's what Teslas and regular EVs run off of, right?
Yeah. I mean, he should have said like a nuclear battery or, a small nuclear power plant inside of her, something like that would have been more believable at least. But yeah, there's just not, you just don't get that much power out of. You need a lot of batteries to power a city. I did like Kirsch talking about the three monkeys, like the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I didn't know this. I did check up to make sure that what he said was true, but I guess traditionally the monkeys symbolize good mind, speech, and action, encouraging people to avoid negative influences. And now people are just like, you kind of use it to refer to intentionally ignoring wrongdoings. I hate the octopus eyeball. I didn't hate it. It makes no sense.
It's really dumb. And when they put it in that sheep and then it stands up on its back legs and then just goes back down. Like, why did you do that? Why is any of this happening? Why is any of this show happening? There's no reason for any of it. It all sucks. I hate it so much.
All right. I'll try to breeze through this for your sake. But yeah, I do hate that. Let's see. Does the synth have an alien in her? Oh, when I don't remember her name, the redheaded one, she's like, I'm pregnant. I was like, oh, maybe she's got an alien inside of her. That might be interesting.
I had
she's
the
just
same
crazy.
thought.
And then they wipe her memory. Yeah.
I had the same thought. I was like, oh, did she get an alien implanted in her? Like, that's something. But
would have been something.
The actress is so insufferable. Like,
yeah, she does annoy me.
It's so bad. It's just like when I started watching this, when we started doing this podcast, I was like, oh, the interesting thing is these kids, these terminally ill children getting put into synth bodies and having to grow into it. And they've taken away everything that I liked about that and turned it into either boring or obnoxious. It's just bad TV. Like, I don't.
Yeah, or both.
I keep hearing about this episode 5. Oh, this episode's going to be great. I officially don't care.
No. Lower your expectations. It's better. Sorry. It's not great.
Yeah, the episode.
Lower your expectations. I was just trying to give you a shining light.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one that I've heard. Oh yeah, episode 5 is great. So I'm like, all right, episode 5 is great. Even if episode 5 is the best Alien thing I've ever seen, if it's better than Alien, I still hate this show because what's going on, I don't care about. And the show and the characters, nothing is redeeming it. Like, I don't care. Morrow could be awesome. He can do awesome stuff. And I don't care because he's in this show.
Yeah. I think I say this every episode. I really wish that they would drop the Peter Pan bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate. So I think that they sort of, again, kind of alluded to why Wendy can hear the aliens. This was so stupid. What's his name? The boy genius, whatever. He's like, she fought the croc and now she can hear the clock. Right? She killed I was like, that is stupid as fuck. That is You are not explaining anything. You're digging yourself a deeper hole. So let's see. Oh, this was the one tidbit that I found interesting in the show. Put a bookmark here for later because Morrow, he's telling Arush to sneak someone into the egg room to basically let him get face hugged, right? Get at him. And he says, wait a day or two at most. Okay. So presumably that's how long it will take Morrow to come get that person. That means worst case scenario, that's how long it takes the chest burster to get out. So like he knows that he has a day or two. We've never once had a good feeling of how long it takes after being face hugged for a chest burster to come out. I guess the face hugger's on you for a while. Maybe I got too excited there. But yeah, he's like, wait a day or two at most. So he must be thinking that he can get that guy before the chest burster comes out. So that gives you a little bit of a timeline. What else? Other stupid things. They have cinder block Jenga. The kids, they're playing Jenga. It's made out of cinder blocks. Like, we get it. They're strong. We don't need this.
When was that in the episode? Because I don't remember that at all. And I will admit, I stopped paying attention. I was on my phone within 35 minutes of this episode. Yeah. So I missed.
I caught it on the second. Yeah, I caught it on the second watching. It's like they're sitting around picnic tables talking, and like all the other kids are jealous because Wendy's brother's there, and like he shouldn't be here. We're not allowed to have family. Blah blah. It's that scene. There's a couple of kids in the background playing Jenga.
Okay, I definitely heard them talking about that, but I didn't see them because I was not looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I actually missed that even on the second time.
Yeah. I don't know why I did catch it this time. I was like, what the hell is that? We don't need that. She makes more dumb alien noises. What did I have? Oh, was there some line about like the aliens? It does seem like they've been a few days. Oh, so the chest burster comes out, right? Of the lung, and then
that's his lung, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Wendy's making the noises at it and like stroking it and stuff. Like, I don't think that the xenomorphs love and care for one another. They're ants, right? Ants aren't like loving. They're single-minded. And I hate that this movie is ruining the xenomorphs by giving them all these characteristics that they don't need.
Yeah, there's never been an alien that showed, like, even the queen alien births these. The eggs get torched, the babies get torched. I don't think she really cares that much. Like,
no, she's just mad that she's being attacked.
Yeah, there's and to make it like a puppy dog is really.
Yes, I fucking hate it. I hate it so
much. You are so gonna hate the finale and the
yes.
episode after.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
We're going to be done with this series by the time season 2 comes out, right? Because I don't think I can watch another season.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a season 2, to be honest. If we do, it's going to be one. We're going to cover the whole thing in one go because, yeah, I'm not dragging it out again. Unless it's amazing, and I don't think it's going to be.
Oh my god!
That's pretty much the episode. There's the Jane's Addiction song at the end. I'm not a big fan, but that song's okay. And then my last note was like, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Colby is right. This should have been whittled down to a movie. There's some decent ideas and cool bits and pieces throughout, but it drags. It is not good.
And that's what it's been. Like, episode 1 was interesting. Episode 2, less interesting. Episode 3, less interesting than 2. Episode 4, not interesting at all. I couldn't bring myself to care about anything that was happening. And I'm like, how is this an alien thing?
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's going to continue to be disappointing. It doesn't really get better.
Fact
there's
that
a little hiccup that's slightly better.
Yeah, and the fact that it happens before everything else is so frustrating because why do we not know about any of this? There is no reason that this show needs to take place before the movies. And the fact that it takes place before the movies and none of this stuff is ever talked about in the movies, makes it so much worse.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Huh.
It's like there's only Weyland Yutani, right, in the movies. So you have to assume at the end of whatever, like, at the end of the series, that Weyland Yutani wins or whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, actually, I didn't think about it like that. In that this was a prequel, so these hybrids basically must die off because there are no hybrids in the other movies,
Right? Like,
and there are those other companies don't exist in the other movies.
Weyland Yutani has to come in at the end and just nuke the site from orbit and
Right.
erase the memory of this TV show. That's one super positive note from Predator Badlands. It is not a prequel. It is very much a sequel. I think it's actually set way in the future of the franchise. So I like that they're not trying to, and like, I have no problem with Prey being a prequel. I think that was a great job there. And we will deal with that when we get to it. But yeah, anyways, Alien Earth sucks. 4 down, 4 to go.
I was gonna say to add on to what Colby was saying, because I rewatched it after reading his Discord comment, and I was like, "Is it really that bad?" I hadn't watched it yet, and yeah, I think it's a pain in the ass because everything you're hoping pans out doesn't pan out, and 4 episodes in is way too long to be hoping things pan out.
Yeah, I don't even have hopes anymore.
Yeah, but Wendy's brother, I really was hoping that like 20 xenomorphs would just skewer him with his tails because he is such an annoying guy.
Yeah.
I'm just, and I wanted to like it. Like, everybody seems to be enjoying it. And I'm like, okay.
I don't get it.
And then as I watch it, I'm like, why? Why are people enjoying this? Like, people turned on Westworld way before I thought Westworld got bad. People turn on stuff really fast. And the fact that people watched all 8 episodes of this show and were like, oh yeah, that was great TV. I'm like, why? How? Why?
Yeah.
Someone,
I don't get it.
Please tell me
I mean,
why. Like, it's not going to change my mind, but I don't understand what people are seeing in this show that I'm just not.
I mean, for me, because I do still enjoy it, but I mean, I enjoy it in, like, I enjoy cereal where I know it's shit and you're not supposed to be shoving like sugar into your body, but like it's somewhat comforting. I mean, as an older person, I don't eat cereal now, but I think for me, it's just it's been so long since an Alien movie, and I can only rewatch the other stuff so much that it was a dose of like Aliens and getting a chance to see aliens do other stuff. I think that's kind of like why I also don't mind the eyeball thing, the octopus eyeball thing. It is dumb, but in a way, I kind of think it's kind of cool. But the the Peter Pan shit is definitely wearing on my nerves. The more I read, I listen to it. I actually the boy Cavalier character is annoying as shit, and I hate seeing feet. Like guy feet, and that motherfucker walks around with no shoes.
Yeah.
When he pointed to the chair with his toe, I was ready to throw up. And I don't have a problem with feet. It's just,
I got bad news for you.
Like, why is he like, we get it. He's a quirky, young, rich genius. You don't have to keep adding quirks. You don't have to quirk and quirk and quirk and quirk and quirk. We get it. He's quirky. I also get comforting dumb stuff. But when I think of comforting dumb stuff is happening. Things happen during the dumb stuff. The reason I like dumb stuff is because usually dumb stuff is moving. This is not only not moving, it's stalled in season 2, and it's going down like a slight incline, so it's never stopped moving, but it's going as slow as humanly possible.
Fair.
Something happened to Zach.
No, I'm here. Something happened to me. My brain just went crazy for a second.
Yeah, because you were
give
thinking
me 1
about
second
Alien
here.
Earth.
That might have been it. Okay, yeah. Anything else on that episode 4 of Alien Earth?
Nope.
All right. So real quick for scheduling, I just want to double check because I found a mistake in my dates. Why did that say? Yeah, am I insane? Is December 13th? Is that? Oh, that's. I see what the problem is. December
Saturday.
Record date. I was looking at the notes by date. Okay, yeah. Okay. So it is a Saturday. All right. So we have Alien 3. Wait, let me back up here. Okay. So next, George and I are recording next Sunday for Fantastic Four. Then Alien 3 on the 7th of December. Does that work? That's
yes,
on the calendar,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Why have these dates way off in my notes? The 7th of December. Okay. That's good for you, Colby?
December 7th?
Yes.
Yeah.
For Alien 3. All right. And then that would put Alien Resurrection on December 21st, which is getting pretty close to Christmas time. That's fine by me, but
Are you sure? I think I'm actually at your house.
Are you coming down that? I know you're coming down that week, but I don't know if we have the dates yet. All right. Well,
at least on my calendar, it says the 21st.
Okay. When do you come down? Do you come down the 21st? Do you come down the 20th?
I think the 21st.
Okay. Could we maybe do it on the 20th? Colby, are you able to do it on a Saturday at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Saturday should be fine.
All right. What time's good for you on Saturday?
Saturday, same time works for me.
Okay. That works for you?
That works,
Colby?
Yeah. I don't see any problem with that.
All right. Let's plan on that then. 12/20/25 at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I will send out an invite for that soon.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then just go ahead.
Yep. I'm usually good during the weekends. Saturday.
Okay. I will. Could we do 2:30, 5:30?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, yeah. Let's plan on that.
Hopefully, it's not doing anything.
Because I have Taekwondo.
This is so frustrating because
you might be snowed out.
My internet is good, and I don't I'm not used to it being this far back. And it's been raining all day long here, so I think that's the problem with the because the 5G internet has been great, but I also haven't had to rely on it when it's been bad weather like this.
Are you near a city?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I just like my 5G is not awesome here. Like if I tried to do 5G home internet here, it would work, but it would not be great.
My 5G
but I'm like on a canyon. So.
I'm between 750 megabits per second and a gig on a regular basis.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, that is.
But
that's
today,
really
no. And this computer is hardwired in, so it's not even like I'm going 5G to Wi-Fi. So yeah, the fact that my internet is being this bad is frustrating to me today.
Okay, cool. I'm sending out that invitation now, and if you can leave your browser open for probably the rest of the day for you, Colby.
it says 99% uploading.
Right. Cool.
So
all right.
Well,
sounds good. All right, guys. Thanks.
Talk to you later. Sorry for this editing job I've given you.
Bye.
It's fine. I don't think it's there's a couple of places here and there, but I think it'll be all right.
Okay.
All right. Not your fault. All right. Take care.
Later.
Bye, guys.
I would like to officially issue a formal apology to you guys. I was when I edited the Predator episode, which, by the way, I think that might be the best episode so far. That one came out really good.
Really?
I think you're right about it being A tier number 2. I was. I'm glad that I lost the.
Wait. Are we recording now? Because are we getting this apology as part of the recording?
Are you? I don't know. Are you recording?
I'm not recording, but I do see that the thing is recording.
Yeah, it's recording. It's recording.
Yeah.
But we haven't started the show yet. But maybe it'll make it at the end. But you guys were pointing out. I didn't realize it at the time, but you guys pointed out a lot of issues that I didn't get during watching because I was engrossed in the movie, and so I think that counts for something. That you guys were picking up stuff that I wasn't, and I was just like, well, it's good enough where I was just glossing right over that. So I think it definitely belongs above Aliens. And if I do put this out, sorry, Majors. And
I'm not sorry, Majors.
I think it's an A tier AVPCU movie. Probably more like a B tier, like of all movies. But I think of this, I think it's A tier. Whereas Alien is just S tier in general. But
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I guess that was fortunate that it worked out that way. I think I might have regretted it